because you are always calling them into account. This is the problem for the atheist and always will be the problem for the atheist. If you want proof of that, talk to an atheist about why you believe in God, and he will shut you down so quickly. He will simply dismiss you as believing in fairy tales.
I wouldn't say fairy tales. In fact, most atheists are going to be former Christian or formerly religious in general. Currently, right now, like deconstruction is a pretty big topic, just in general on the internet. I guess people deconstructing, apologists wanting to warn people away from deconstructing their faith and things of that nature. If I ask somebody, why do you believe in God? Unless it's a conversation where, you know, we're looking to discuss ideas, like discuss why I am not convinced by in the same way that another person is convinced. Honestly, I'm not even going to ask you why you believe in God. If you believe in God, perfectly fine. I don't give a fuck. Just don't go around stoning people that don't, in general, don't go stoning people. Don't, you know, do any of that kind of barbaric shit that is suggested in the Bible. I really just don't care if somebody believes in God. If you do, fine. I'm not going to say that you believe in fairy tales. I don't believe in your particular religion or any religion for that matter. And I have reasons. If you want to know my reasons, I will happily tell you my reasons. If you tell me the reasons why you're convinced, I'll tell you why those reasons don't convince me. If you ask me why I'm not convinced, I'll tell you why. But for him to like portray it as, oh, an atheist will quickly shut down your reasons. It's like, well, fucking duh. Okay. If you're going to present me with reasons why you believe in God and you're wondering why I don't believe for the same reasons, I'll tell you why. But that also doesn't mean that I hate you. I'm not convinced by the things that convince you, but that's about all that I can say. Even when I had the Mormons consistently coming to my door, I would always talk to them because, you know, I used to be religious myself. Now, I wasn't Mormon, and I definitely didn't go door to door asking people to believe in Jesus, but I used to be religious. I used to think the exact same way as religious people, as far as like the religious topic goes. So I don't understand, other than he's just pushing propaganda in order to drive a wedge between atheists and religious people. I don't understand why he would portray it like this, because it's just simply not that way. Now, are there some bigoted atheists out there? Yes, definitely. There are definitely atheists out there that are bigoted towards anybody religious. I don't subscribe to the whole idea that just because you're religious, that means you're stupid or anything like that. We simply just disagree on the proposition of whether or not a God exists. And that's pretty much it. Now, from what I can tell, religious people are actually very wordy when it comes to atheists, because every single time I appear on a religious person's channel, the comment section is just utter trash. There's no moderation. They just let people say whatever in the hell they want to say. And what they have to say is just pure bile. And this is coming from Christians, the ones that are supposed to be responsible and accountable for their actions and words. And yet every single time I see them just being trash goblins.
Notwithstanding that you have all sorts of evidence and logic to compel your way of thinking, he will reject it. If you want proof of that, just look at any of the comments to any of these YouTube channel videos, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Virtually none of them have seen any of these videos all the way through. They've seen the title, and that's enough to set them off. But if they actually wanted to disagree with it, then they should listen to the video.
Well, and I've got 2 videos from Barak Lurie where I've responded to Barak Lurie on my channel. I haven't watched all of his videos because honestly, I don't expect anybody to sit through that bullshit. Even though they're short videos, this is still just some really bigoted shit. Even if you're a Christian, like, you have to recognize how bigoted Barak Lurie is. And I don't understand why some Christians out there think that this is a good tactic to take. That's, they might throw that in my face saying, well, atheists talk like this too. I get that. I get that there are bigoted people on both sides. That's why I try not to be that way. That's why I try to promote positive conversations. I try to promote, not being a bigoted asshole. I mean, sure, I'm an asshole at times, but at least I'm not a bigoted asshole.
Most of the people who do watch this video in full are the believers. But I would like you to please go out there and tell them to watch it with you. Explain to them that maybe this Lurie guy has got something here.
No, Barak Lurie doesn't have shit. I get the feeling that this guy is very similar to Ray Comfort in his theology. This is just me speculating and guessing, so take it with a grain of salt. But it kind of seems like he would be the type of person to be like, well, those people weren't actually Christian. They were just saying they were Christian, but they weren't actually Christian because real Christians don't do that shit, which is a really poor apologetic, by the way.
It's a new way of thinking about the consequences of atheism and, more importantly, the need to embrace God.
I don't need to embrace shit. I embrace science already. I don't need to embrace God. It would be a lot like me saying you need to embrace that leprechaun from those scary movies. I mean, you can keep a 4-leaf clover around so that you can trap him in a box, but you still need to embrace his existence, motherfucker.